Your praise of the Osmo shows how hard it is for Xtra to live up to it, even if it is like a near exact dupe, right? One of the things that people kind of theorized about was that it was actually a way of getting around the tariffs at the time by DJI, but I don't think that that's the case.
I don't think it's a direct case. I think that definitely, I'm just saying, I'm assuming these are made in China, right? The factories for it. I have a feeling whoever designed the Muse just looked at this, maybe even got the plans and just like copied it.
Yeah,
like literally
exactly.
copied it, but you can't like replicate it. Okay. They can copy kind of what it looks like, how it works. But again, edges or whatever. But you know, it's funny. I don't even think about it because I would, even with the savings, I think there's a reason why, not just neutrally, other people won't use it because there's something about this camera that just is perfect. It's like getting like a Lamborghini, but it's not really. It's like a Ford made one. It looks like a Lamborghini, but it won't ever feel like that same luxury.
The biggest example of that is that these cameras that from DJI have paired wireless microphones that are like seamless.
I brought it.
They pair immediately. You use them instantly. They show you on the screen right away. And it is like the best possible way to do your vlogging because it's so seamless.
So,
now, your critique of the Muse is that, number one, it doesn't pair with the DJI mics. Number two, the Xtra doesn't have a mic of their own. And number three, that the only way to use it is to use the dongle for the receiver of the DJI mic and plug it into the back of the Xtra Muse. Now, we got some really passionate feedback about this over the last month. So about a month ago, we got a comment from Jose DVD Music that says, this is a translation, by the way. It says, the Xtra Muse is very good and I can connect any microphone. Don't believe what these idiots say. We got another comment from Rowan Mulvey 8632 last week that said, you can use the DJI mics with the Xtra Muse. You just have to plug the receiver in that comes with the mics into the Xtra Muse and it works. And then finally, we got one from Matthew Pate Official. He's in our comment section a lot. Thanks, Matt, for always commenting really useful information, actually. But he says, it's a company formed by former Insta360 and DJI employees. I haven't verified that, but it's kind of interesting information. I own 2 of the Xtra cameras and have a slew of DJI products. You can use the mics with the receiver, but Xtra is coming out with their own mics and maybe some other cameras. And so, Benji, I want you to tell me why you're so against the microphone dongle specifically. What is the problem with it for someone who's a vlogger like you?
It's just reference Apple. Come on now. No one liked the dongle. Okay, so if you know, when you edit content, you get an SD card, which, by the way, I get an SD card out of this, and you take that SD card and you put it into the slot on the side of your computer or your laptop. Well, Apple got rid of it and they wanted to use USB-C and get fancy, but then you had to have a dongle.
Yeah.
A dongle that you would lose, a dongle you had to keep track of, a dongle that just like, it didn't make sense. You like walk around, it's like flopping everywhere, and you know, you don't want that connection to be loose or just like shaking.
Yeah, anything but solid.
Exactly. Versus just taking the SD card and sticking it right in, okay? Just direct. Nobody wants something in between those two things, okay? So, same thing with this, because I don't need anything. I just take this, my Osmo and my microphone, and I'm ready to go.
You just turn them on, you're rolling.
I turn them on. It's funny because when I turn this on and turn this on, it's like automatically pairs on top of it. And by the way, with this little attachment, which I would highly suggest, it's called Fly Mile. Look, the magnet, it just stays on there, okay? So I have it in my fanny pack, so I don't really need the magnet. But when it's just sitting here, it's kind of nice versus laying on the table. I've never lost my microphone before.
Interesting.
That's kind of crazy. Yeah. I've already lost the DJI mic mini though, because it's so small. Even Matt, who gave it to me, I felt bad because he was like, gave it to me and I lost it like a month later, and I love that thing. He's like, oh yeah, it's magnetized, so it like sticks to anything. It's probably like in the side of your seat frame or something, like stuck to the metal, because it happened to him. Point is this. There's never been all this in one device so small.
Yeah.
And has so much, like, I mean, the fact that you can take this apart like this, it's still usable like this, right? But then you have the tripod and battery. I mean, I don't know how many times I'm going to talk about. So the Muse, by the way, to be fair, I've never really given it a go. I've never started it. So if someone called me an idiot, fair enough. But I will tell you this. Like, why mess with quality? That's kind of what I say. Like, if the way I look at it is, if it's less than the thing that's perfect, well, I'm going to pick perfect every time. And I know some people got to save some money, but you're saving what, $100, $150 now? Before you might have been saving $200 or $300 and made a difference, but I use this all day. And you know what's nuts? I used to buy cameras at like $1,000, $2,000, $5,000. So even at the height of the pricing, right, $600 or $700, still better than everything. Why? Because the camera you use is better than the nicer camera or even the cheaper camera that you don't use.
Yeah, that idea of speed and ease, I think, is crucial. And it's something we always talk about as people who are looking to make creating long-form content easier than ever before, right? So if you think about what it would take to have that dongle, let's just say that you're able to carry it around. Because first of all, that's a question in its own right. If you're plugging that dongle into the back, well, I know for a fact you're plugging the adapter into the dongle, into the base adapter, into the DJI. That's already like 3 or 4 degrees of separation between the two.
And
what if one of them shakes loose? What if one of them breaks off?
What do you do with the receiver?
What do you do with it? And so you at the very end, but let's just imagine that isn't a problem. So we're going to put that argument aside, right? Well, then you not only have to turn on the microphone and the camera, but you also need to turn on the dongle as well. So it takes another button that you need to press, and you need to double check to make sure that it's connected both to the microphone and to the camera. And it's just all over the place, right? And that's not even getting to the ease part of it, right? Which is that one of the most important things that you talk about, Benji, is simplifying your setup. So that way you can literally take it out like you're a cowboy in the Wild West and do a quick draw during a standoff with another guy. Because guess what? When you're recording something, when you're vlogging in particular, you need to be able to capture anything at a moment's notice. It needs to be able to be on you, not require setup, and you'll be able to take it out and begin shooting right away.
100%. I notice when this thing is lagging behind like half a second, because you just want it to be able to record right away, but 100%. And yeah, like I have a vlog camera that I use for over 10 years, Canon G7X, and I have a pocket inside of my bag that was made for it. And sometimes I would put it into my pocket. It was small enough, but it'd be bulging out the side. Still, nothing compares to this. Because even, well, you know, you actually can set this up so that when you turn this on, the way you turn it on, you don't have to zoom in. But when you flip this, it activates a camera. You can set it so it starts recording right away.
That's crazy.
You want to talk about quick draw.
Real time ask CSP from It's Judy's Life. What do you want me to do with the last pizza dough?
Oh, nothing. Just leave it. I just got done baking 5 pizzas, and I have a 6th one that I couldn't get to. So that's what she's asking about. So I'll have to do something fun with that. And maybe I'll make a dessert pizza. I don't know. It'll be super inflated and bubbly, but I think I could do something with it. But yeah, thank you, honey, for asking.
Another real-time ask CSP from Cortese TV, who says, better than a phone, the Osmo.
Better than a phone.
Is it better than a phone? In terms of ease, in terms of quality, all of those things we just talked about. I mean, you have sung praises of the iPhone 17 Pro, as have I.
Yes, it's still better.
Interesting. Tell me more.
Well, what's the number one thing that I love about the Osmo other than the camera itself? Because you could argue which one is better, right? Because iPhone has the brains, has the processing, okay? This might have the glass, but is it that much better? It's like the microphone that goes directly in.
Yeah.
I remember I used the DJI mic once on my phone,
Yep.
thinking, hey, I want to get that quality. No, it wasn't the good.
Yeah.
There's something about the processing. And then the second reason why it's not as good, the phone compared to Osmo, is the tripod.
Yeah.
Now, what you're saying, I know what you're going to say, Cortese, because he's a friend of mine that does a lot of content. He has a tripod for his phone, but the point is this: you have to bring that tripod. It's not part of the form factor, part of the design. This is all just one thing. By the way, this little rig here, the Selva part, I mean, I'm going to take it off right now. It's almost kind of like extra, but it's seamless enough. But just look at this. Look at how beautiful this is. This is what a tripod used to look like.
Yeah, it's true.
So when you get a tripod, a stand, which you do need for your phone if you're recording by yourself, well, it's difficult without that extra thing, which makes it clunky. It takes away from the form factor of the phone that make it really powerful. Now, when you start asking the question, who is it good for? Then that's another discussion, because if it's a beginner that can't afford it and needs to save up for the Osmo, well, then the phone's way better. Okay. If you can afford it, and say you can afford $2,000, $5,000 camera, I'm saying more and more, nah, you don't even need any of that because I know the challenges of having the weight and the size and all that good stuff for camera. Well, you have the Osmo, it's good enough. Plus, you get all the other functions without dongles, without hot shoes, and all these other things. So, yeah, great question. And what's up, Cortese?
Yeah, I mean, the other thing about that too, right, is that it also depends on the type of creator that you are. If you're someone who's making short form content on your phone and you can edit and record it all on one device and then post it on the same device, and you're doing that, let's go ahead and say 6-7 times a day, then it might be something that you want to record on your phone with because it simplifies the process, right? But also it gets to the issue with it as well, because even if you want to use the DJI mic with it, you run into the same problem that the Xtra Muse has as well, which is that, guess what? You're hooking up a dongle to the thing, right?
Yeah.
You have all those points of contact. You have all that setup time. You have all of that question in your mind, whether it's actually connected, whether it's actually recording properly. And that's an issue too.
But there is one thing that the phone is the ultimate best at for another era that we're getting into, going live.
Yes, yes.
Because the thing is, the Osmo still has to connect to Wi-Fi or your phone, right? So you need the device for the internet. Well, your phone already is connected to the internet. So I believe for people live streaming, the phone is the Osmo of live streaming. I've seen people with crazy setups. I mean, we're talking not just like $5,000 worth of gear, camera, the hookups, the batteries, whatever. But then how much is the internet for some of these live streaming in real life kind of?
I mean, hundreds of dollars.
Hundreds of dollars. Yeah. Okay, hundreds of dollars. You already pay for a cell phone package. So to me, like the phone is better for live streaming in general, but for creating content like a vlog or whatever. Now we're getting stupid here. The all-around device, like for doing everything though, it's still this because I'm proving it with my live streams. I'm using my Osmo. I'm using 2 Osmos, and it looks like I've got 5 cameras in my kitchen.
It's insane, honestly.
It's insane. Just look at my live streams. What I can do, and credit to Nutually, if he was working with like a cooler, more famous YouTuber, it'd be like, it could hundreds of thousands of millions of views. But when you see my cooking live streams outside of the bad lighting, because it's not the best lighting, it looks like there's multiple people helping you record, but it's just one person controlling 2 Osmos.